Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where today we're going to be starting a game as the Drakken, who had a sort of a narrow majority in the comments of the last episode. And it's good to be back. It's good to be coming back to Auriga. Our little break did not work out quite the way I had intended for reasons that we'll talk about stuff once we're actually in the episode. For now, what is the deal with these Drakken? An ancient and venerable race, the scholars of the Drakken prize lore, history, and wisdom above all things. Few in number, but exceedingly powerful. They do not seek war, but rather relationships, information, and knowledge. Faction histories, artifacts, and ruins are highly prized by the Drakken, while wealth, military power, and advanced technology are viewed as insignificant. For reasons you're going to see during the faction quest, that's not exactly true. The Drakken have a real a feeling of very split priorities due to the way their faction leadership works. You'll see this play out over the course of the faction quest. So, actual mechanic stuff. Our affinity, our core trait, gives us the ability to force truce, peace, or alliance on other players. So the way that works is in any situation where we could ask for a truce, a peace, or an alliance, we also have a term that costs more influence, but unilaterally declares it. We don't have to make the deal. It can be powerful, but also other players don't like it when you force diplomatic states on them, so it does do damage to your diplomatic relations with them, and they will seek to downgrade, usually. So I don't usually find that force peace and force alliance are all that useful. Force truce you can absolutely get a lot of value out of. And, you know, force peace can buy you a couple of vital turns at late in the game when people are declaring war on you. If you have sufficient influence income, obviously you can keep a lot of bodies at bay with that power. We also have mystical words. So during the dust eclipse, it is half cost to do diplomatic declarations and diplomatic treaties. Declarations are the ones marked with the exclamation point that just unilaterally declare a thing, and treaties are the ones where you have to get the bar over the midline. So just all diplomatic relations, basically, get a cost reduction during the eclipse. We have our advanced diarchy. Empire plans are unlocked one era earlier, and we potentially will be able to actually use the Empire plans a little bit earlier due to endless excavation, which makes ruin tiles extremely high value, especially in the early game. It's really, really hard to get influence, as you have seen in the past in the early game. So if you can take advantage of this a couple of times, it can make a huge difference. Finally, we are well connected. We know the starting position of every player and will be introduced to them immediately, which means that we will start earning diplomatic points from our relationship with every other player immediately. Obviously, I'm going to be angling pretty hard for that diplomatic victory here. I think that the Drakken are in the best position to get it, although they are far from the only ones who are capable of it. I actually think diplomatic victory is also pretty achievable with, like, the roving clans and the Alayi. The Alayi, one of the most important parts of getting a diplomatic victory, in my opinion, is just meeting the other players as quickly as you can. And so the Alayi get a big head start because they have ship technology right away, and their core unit has 6 movement. So you get an even faster unit very early in the faction quest. So you can meet everybody very quickly and start forging those relationships. We get to start with Language Square, which is awesome. This is like one of the best starting techs, and also Empire Mint, which is fine. And yeah, we'll talk about the units and stuff once we can actually look at their numbers. I think the Drakken are a pretty fine faction. They don't, I think, have quite as much flavor as a lot of the others. I would definitely, if you're playing your first ever game of Endless Legend, I would recommend, like, the Drakken or the Wild Walkers, probably, because they're the ones that play the most, like, sort of the core idea of what a 4X is, especially if you're coming from, say, Civilization. And you can buy yourself a lot of room to make mistakes with being able to force truces on people. Yeah, so anyway, everything else is the same. Let's go ahead and do the thing.
We have always been here. The Whispering Galleries have always held the memories of our people. Then they came, and they lifted us up. But they fought, and they fell. Our world was swept by cataclysm, and we were left alone. Still, we persevere, protect, and maintain, as we always have. We may lack their sight and their knowledge, but we can still read the omens. Another cataclysm is coming, and it is we, the Drakken, who must save the world of Auriga.
So yeah, tiny bit of delusions of grandeur there. Yep, a lot of notifications generated right away because we can see every minor faction that's near every other player as well as every other player. So we have a red Alayi, a lavender Vaulter, a green Forgotten, a blue Roving Clan, a purple Kapaku, pink Necrophages, and brown Ardent Mages. Pink is the... Okay, the Necrophages are on the other continent. Big value in noticing that early. No single city factions this game, so living space is going to be... Oh, wait, maybe that's not a different continent. Maybe this is one big landmass. Could be. Okay. So yeah, living space is going to be at a premium. This is going to be a tough one. Very interesting. Okay, so we have here in our starting area a ruin tile adjacent to an anomaly. That's pretty cool. And right along a river and everything. Remember, Drakken heroes get a bonus food from river tile skill first, so that's a big deal. That said, we may not actually end up with any Drakken governors, because Archivist Nachampasesa is governing skill not really amazing. Army Health Boost 3 is the thing that we will eventually have the equipment to replicate, but not until Era 6, so it's not bad. Plus 35, plus 15% to life can be very good. And then you can, blaze up early to like last reserves and stuff. Yeah, and I think it's very likely that Nachampasesa is going to be a commander, not a governor. So let's talk about our units really quickly. One thing that is really cool about the Drakken units is they are tough as hell. You see 48 defense on 112 life to start with, and they by default have shields. They just get super healthy, and of course with the Archivist, they're going to be even healthier. So our damage output's not awesome. It's not terrible, but it's not good. So a little bit of Infantry Slayer to help push that up against some factions. And we can equip with spears instead if we want. Otherwise, it's just sword and board. I mean, it's fine. The Drakkenling is not really an exciting military unit. It's very basic, We do get access to some more fun stuff. The Wyvern is a flying unit, a fast-moving, pick enemies off type thing. 46 attack, 48 damage. Defense is considerably lower, but, this'll... With its base combat speed and stuff, this will get on the enemy archers very quickly. It's just a matter of having the initiative necessary to take advantage of that position. And then eventually we can make our way up to the Ancient. So that shared wisdom trait, I believe... I don't remember what that does, actually. I was about to say something, but then I realized I'm not 100%, not 100% sure of that. So yeah, you can see kind of high defense. Attack is like whatever, but the base damage is okay. I don't really have a lot of experience using Ancients, honestly, and that may be a thing that we aim for this game. In addition, we have the technologies that earn extra faction assimilation slots a little bit earlier here. The third slot is available in Era 3 instead of Era 4. And beyond that, I think we're all normal. Pacify 8 villages for tactical training and have at least 30 units of one luxury resource for 130 gold. That's not bad. It's not a bad start. Okay. We're going to ignore all of these. So let's disconnect our hero here and grab this for XP, obviously. Oh, there's a cliff face there. Didn't realize. Okay, we can explore west a little bit. Oh my. Gosh, look at that. Do I want to found my first city in a place where there's no food? Because, like, we could put down right here. I don't know. It's interesting for sure. We have 26 to 46 turns until the first winter. That might be the longest I've ever seen. And it would certainly warrant just going cultivation right off the bat. We don't have to pick up language square. Maybe that is good. And then we have additional anomalies, like, really close. Gosh, maybe. This is also compelling right here. Ruin on a river. Like, settling here, maybe? This is like a second city play, because we won't be able to get here in one turn. Let's see what these Erisys want. Are you going to be nice to us? Give you 8 die. Okay, probably not so easy, that one. We should definitely have a Drakkenling move up this way. Okay, big lava river cuts through this area. I think I'm going to go for it. I think we're going to go for this. It's a lot of starting industry. It's not very much science. But then, like, this plays hardly more science. And it expands really well. It's going to be hard to generate population before we get the cultivation up, but... And I guess if you're low on food and you're low on science, it is hard to research technologies early. So if we do this, we get 8, 9, 4, 7. Here we get 22 to 10. I'm really torn. I kind of want to have this, like, super industrial powerhouse. We're going to go for it. Maybe this is going to make me lose the game because our initial city growth is going to be slow, but it feels very powerful. And yeah, look at the cluster of anomalies available to us. We just build down this way and it's cool. You know, you can't really argue that it's not cool. And then maybe we expand out here for the second city, and that way we're building around this region so we can grab it later. It does have ocean access, which is maybe brings up the importance a little bit. I don't know. Okay, like I said, it's probably going to be important for us to get cultivation first. And unfortunately, we probably can't afford to assign bodies to science right away. But what we can do is build our Founders Memorial probably, yeah, pretty damn quickly here. And that'll help. We'll rush that with dust as soon as we can. That'll give us some more base food and science to work with. And the faction quest. This is where you are going to get familiar with exactly how the diarchy functions. She extends her wings, stretching her muscles. The gesture has replaced a simple smile, as she learned during the trip that a Drakken smile induces terror rather than harmony. Kehangana is content. The city has been founded, and this first step of her duty responsibly executed, for a certain definition of responsible. They are far from Drakkenholm, but that, she believes, was the will of the 12. Had it been her sister, Papa Henny, things would have been different. They would have halted a scant few days from Drakkenholm. Papa Henny would be too concerned with distance from tradition, and not enough with movement toward the future. The 12 were wise to choose Kehangana first. And this is especially true now, with signs of change so heavy in the air. What to make not just of the longer winters and the earthquakes, but also of something closer to home, the birth of those they call Drakkenlings. Why do the eggs that only ever produced Drakken now produce these things? Why now? Many confusing signs seem to appear and accelerate. Whatever the answer may be, it is certain that it involves change, and Papa Henny is ill-equipped to deal with that. This first city beyond Drakkenholm will be their hand extended to the other peoples of Auriga. It is a difficult project, and Kehangana fears that it will perhaps too quickly show the strains that lie beneath the surface of their alternating diarchy. Regardless of her own worries, however, she will press on, not merely because it is the will of the 12, but also because it is the best hope for Auriga. So yeah, we just got to get 2 Drakkenlings to level 2, or we got to get into Era 2 and then build 2 new Drakkenlings. And we will receive some dye, which is, it's a relevant thing to receive. Obviously, any luxury resource would be nice, given that we do not have currently... Oh, cool. I was about to say any approval boosts at all, but yeah, that'll help. That's actually wonderful. So, difficult question. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to move you down the lava river. So you're going to grab this ruin, which means you are sweeping this way, which means that the hero can move like northwest. So as is the case with most support units, our hero does have a spell that can be cast on friendly units. The heal here just heals based on the amount of damage that Nachampasesa does. Obviously, it's not very good at first. Yeah, you can explore this way. You're going to have to cross some lava to do it. So we can probably rush this out right now. Yeah, I'm inclined to do so. Okay, and it's a 3-village region, which is cool if we can convert them. Alright, the completion of that building pulled a lot of time off of that research, which is wonderful news. Okay. So we're right up at the top of the world here. We do technically have ocean access, but it's not going to be very good ocean access. Okay, 30 dust is whatever. You know what? Let's run you over here next. Please give me an easy quest. Okay, that's not too bad. That's a really annoying quest with a lot of people, but our city is already producing 5 influence per turn. So actually, as long as we just don't do anything, we get this pacification. Yeah, big deal. Big deal that we were able to settle near a ruin for that. Okay, so that tells me it probably is worth it to have these Drakken come down here and grab this. Yeah, wow, look at this region. Beautiful. Just beautiful stuff. So... I do have to stay on food if I want to make progress on this, and I do want to make progress on this. So let's just watch that, make sure the number's ticking up. That we're not, like, missing because of a fraction or weird rounding. Okay. Yep, 3 extra population for the home city this early in the game is going to be phenomenal. Very excited about it. Sadly, the Sisters of Mercy do not make very good assimilation targets. Yeah, I guess let's have a look down here. So we got a dragon tree. That's pretty cool. We also have Green's City over there. Forgotten make bad neighbors. And the Vaulters and the Broken Lords settled right on top of each other, which probably means we're going to see some violence early on. It looks like blue got maybe... Yeah, blue and pink got like pretty uncontested settling locations. It might be wise for us to push our settlement eastward, even as that does run a risk of introducing us to pink. And if the Forgotten want to play... Oof, gosh. If we have the Forgotten as our neighbors, we're going to get spied on so much in the early game. It could be very annoying. If they're smart, it'll mostly be about stealing tech, and as such, you know, not actually harming us. But they may choose to do spite rather than smart. Sometimes Forgotten are like that. Okay, well, we wouldn't want to break that anyway. So I think we are going to be building ourselves another Drakkenling here, probably. have a little bit of a look around. We have really good early game income because we have a... Wow. Huh. Because we have an Empire Mint before we have any buildings that have any upkeep costs, which is cool. I will absolutely give you 50 dust. I am into that. What else do you want? You want me to bring my hero to the other village in the region. Cool. That seems very doable. And so we're definitely going to grab this sort of whack defense skill. I guess you could get up to the good stuff faster by starting at Indiana Bones and moving this way. And that does give you the chance to pick up No Idle Hands, which will help with leveling up the initial Drakkenlings nice and early. But I mean, we want to get our bonus reinforcement flags, right? That skill is so good. I don't know, maybe it's not that important early on. Maybe it is smarter to go the other way at first. Oh, hi! I'm gonna go, if you don't mind, away from you. I am shocked that they didn't attack us. I think it almost must be the case that they didn't have an action point left. So I'm going to run this unit back to home as quickly as possible. But so far I would say things are coming up pretty well for us. Make sure we execute that move immediately. I really hope they don't burn down the Dorgeshi village. At least not before we get credit for pacification. Okay, a little bit of titanium early on could be very useful. And this is not... There we go. There's the village we're looking for. Ooh, food stockpiles. Man, I love the art in this game. Oh, I didn't zoom in on our city. The Drakken buildings have a very cool, like, golden obsidian thing going on. The little dragon statues everywhere and stuff. So let's grab this. And like I said, I think forging eastward looks probably pretty smart. So let's just get a sense of what the land east of us actually looks like. So we should talk about diplomatic points because they're going to be very important to us. Right now, we have 7 Cold War relationships. Each Cold War relationship we're in is worth 1 diplomatic point per turn. In order to win the game, we must acquire... No, wait, this is the right screen. 2,500, I believe? 3,250, in fact. So, one of the best ways to do this, to get our counter up, is to bump those relationships up to peace as quickly as possible. We also get diplomatic points whenever we make a diplomatic treaty with another player. So that's one of those deals where we have to satisfy the little green and red bar. And we get a number of diplomatic points equal to, I think, it's either a 5th or a 10th of the influence cost of the deal. So, at some point we're going to have to make a whole lot of deals with people in order to get to 3,250 before the clock runs out. And by which I mean, you know, somebody else wins. And that part can get a little finicky. You definitely need to make like a very serious, solid, long-term friendship with at least one other player in order to get the deals done. Alright, I have no idea where that Kapaku army is going to spawn for this quest, but I really would like it if it would show up. I mean, I don't want to be too close to the... Because obviously we want to use the city. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna not have you do anything for right now. Let's get this locked in. This is 3 villages for us. Huzzah. Next turn, we're going to get 3 more villages from Doubtful Chief, and so we're going to be well positioned to get tactical training. In Osdarcha, there's a Nidya village. Osdarcha. We have no idea. It's hard to tell. Okay, these are Magtae, so that's not going to be a Starcha. It could be up here. That's it, in fact. So we may want to... We might be able to take out 2 Nidya with our hero. We might do a hero warp to push for victory on that. We don't know if this is a 1-village region or not. It could be. If it's at least 2, though, that plus this will get us tactical training. And you don't have any information at all on those Kapaku, huh? Well, we know that they're going to go to the capital and try to siege it if we don't intercept them. So I guess you can just... Yeah, maybe your move is just, like, finish exploring our home region. That's fine. May as well finish the Drakkenling. Well, should I? I'll tell you what I definitely want next is some public library, and then we can start talking about mill foundry and stuff. We also just have a lot of money, and as such, we could get an early governor. But we need, at the very least, we need libraries. And our extremely high industry starting settlement means the mill foundry, not quite so important in this game. So we took a little break from Endless Legend because a lot of other stuff was like ending, and aha, there we are. I figured that was going to be the best way for me to jam more games into last week. My intention was to have 2 additional games, 2 additional series start up as Cruelty Squad ended, and obviously things did not work out like that for a variety of reasons. I did have a small medical situation occur, which was not great. No worries, I'm fine, but it did suck. I think I'm just gonna warp Nachampasesa over here. I think we can do this. Our units are tough. So let's search a ruin first, get ourselves 40 more dust, buy out the seed storage immediately. And then I guess we do have 2 real populations, so at this point we can start putting out a settler. And we probably want to, you know, jump over to here for that. So right now we're bringing in 5 influence per turn. Hold on, we gotta talk about empire plans. That's the wrong button. So we would love to do this thing, right? Building cost reduction early in the game, big deal. If we settle another city, it is going to cost 120 influence to do that. Bringing down 5 per turn, we're probably going to have to massage that a little bit to make that work. But it could work. Also, just to note, it's health regen with the Sisters of Mercy, which is like not a very interesting bonus most of the time. And then, sadly, their core infantry unit is a sort of a low damage, high toughness infantry, which is a role that we already have filled. So Sisters of Mercy, kind of uniquely bad for us. Really, really not a good assimilate. Okay, this should be close enough that... Yeah, this is close enough that they'll run up and attack us, and we'll get to kill them with the city. So we're gonna try this, and hopefully I'm not biting off more than I can chew here. I think we should be able to handle it. Alright, let's run some battles real quick. We'll start with this one. So, one thing that's important to remember is that they are flying units and we are not. And as such, we do not want to have any of our melee troops near a cliff, because they can attack up a cliff face or down a cliff face without being vulnerable to counter. So 4 movement. 4 movement's a little rough. 1, 2, 3, 4. They also have circular attacks, so I'm trying to position our units in such a way that we're going to be able to fight on the same tier of ground that they're fighting on without a cliff and without making it so they can hit both of my units at the same time. We have 53 defense to their 39 attacks. We're going to see a lot of halves. It should be fine. I just really want to make sure we have a good cliff position. And I guess our hero is... Yeah, this is fine. Focus up. Our hero's tough enough that we can allow them to... Oh boy. Actually, a thing I didn't really think about is that if they split us up like this, it's going to take 10 years to kill them. So the good news is that we, I believe, heal faster than they do. Now they've got us in a position where they can actually use their circular attack. Yeah, this is going to take forever. And I don't even have the movement necessary to go grab a ruin and come back. So I guess we'll just, like, next turn we'll attack from here. But I want to be... I shouldn't have done that, because we have to return to the village after we take them out. Okay, here this should be pretty easy, despite what that says. The balance of combat meter does dramatically undervalue your reinforcements. I think under the probably very fair assumption that you will not be able to apply them optimally, depending on how positioning goes and everything. Let's have the real Drakkenlings just kind of run up to here. We'll start forming the morale ball. Okay. Yeah, morale ball. Okay, so you grab that one. You grab this one, actually. And you just get into position. So yeah, you can see our units are just not... We do not do very much damage. Remember, here they attacked us, so we will get another shot at this. All right, trying to maximize morale here. Because we desperately need the attack boosts to get past their defense. Your plan is going to be that. Okay. I think we should kill this one this turn. Yeah, the militia can take most of the actual damage. It's a little awkward. It is a shame that the militia have lower initiative than the Drakkenlings. But spreading stuff out like this is a good idea. We just got to remember that our units won't heal if we leave them on volcanic terrain. So we can't heal safely within our own borders at the moment, which is obviously a problem in the long term. Okay, that's a bunch more pacifications and also blood crystals, which means that is tactical training. We got very lucky there. I believe we do heal just fine in the city, even though the city is on volcanic tiles. Okay, so it's not a very large region. It is very dense with anomalies, though, which rules. And yeah, we're building all kinds of important stuff. So, 40 HP. Just making sure here. Yes, okay. The garrison still heals, even on the volcanic terrain. Alright, more combat. We probably get them this turn. And yeah, it probably does look something like this. Well, I don't want them to be on the tree spaces, because the tree spaces give you bonus defense against ranged attacks, which obviously our hero is invested in making. I mean, yeah, this is fine. Nope, don't focus on healing. Focus on murder. Always focus on murder. Well, I did not specify a space to move to, so that's on me. Come on. Whatever, it's fine. They're not moving to take advantage of their circular attack anyway. Okay, there we go. This turn I'm going to heal. 22. I do really want to make sure this job gets done. Okay. Ooh, 10 Titan Bones. That is a reward for sure. That is a reward and a half, my friends. Then we'll get these ruins afterward. All right, we're doing some good work here. Unfortunately, yeah, it's now going to take a while to get to the ruins. Okay, so we have a ton of titanium, and I would definitely be thinking about wonders, but no glass steel. And we have a titanium deposit in our territory, but no glass steel. Let's go get this last little bit up here revealed. Okay. So, Greldam is potentially an interesting settle. The territory itself is not amazing, but we have like a pretty okay spot up here with a ruin that's right next to the water. And it does have both of the first tier strategics. So yeah, potentially pretty compelling. When the wine runs out, which will be next turn, we'll fire the Titan Bones. That'll keep us at least at 60. Or 70 rather. It will keep us at the level where we're actually getting a bonus. So, a question. Do we actually want to put down prior to the winter and yeah, prior to the Empire planet? And the answer's got to be yes, right? We got to make grabs. In particular, I am actually thinking about just running up to Greldam. No, we should grab Donadon, right? Donadon's more forward, but it's not adjacent to anybody yet. So nobody will get mad at me for settling adjacent to them. Any amount of border friction still produces diplomatic consequences, but they definitely get madder when you settle onto their already existing border. And then we can fall back and get Greldam and this afterward. I think that's right. I think that's probably right. So, really good settling locations like here. There's something to be said for settling next to the stasis pillars with their plus approval, because neither of these things have plus approval. This does, right? It's like here. I really want to settle near the ruins is the thing. Well, whatever. This is going to be the first move. We know that. And then running down here will be the second, and then we'll see what's up after that. Get our husbandry center up relatively early, and then hopefully actually get to have a lot of time to make use of it. And I guess your deal now is investigating this direction. Get off the volcanic terrain for a second and see if there's any more ruins we're missing over here. I think things are going pretty all right. Ingoloth is growing pretty quickly. Somebody just hit Era 2. It is turn 12. Let's speed production here. What is the... It's Eresis, so plus movement. That would not be a bad assimilate. Unfortunately, they have not given us a very good quest. Oh, this is eyeless ones. That would be a very good assimilate, actually. Should I be building another settler? With the intent of planting this city on turn 20? And then we try to take the sea? Maybe, maybe. So we are going to try to push for 120 influence here, which is going to mean we're going to have to put people on influence a little bit. If I put everybody on... Okay, what if I did this? What if I did this and I shunted everybody back over to industry? Can have them built in 2 turns, give them a couple of turns to walk. Yeah, we're doing it. Super, super fast settling here. Because, like, food stockpile right away, right? Okay, there's a skyfin. Interesting. The allow you to get that skyfin as, like, part of step 1 of their, like, you know, part 1. Step 2 of phase 1 of their faction quest. So they get a lot of exploration done very, very quickly. Blue has already expanded. Lavender has already expanded. Purple has already expanded. Okay, most of the players have put out a second city already. Green also. It kind of looks like the Ardent Mages might be off on an island by themselves, or maybe it's like a weird peninsula. Well, I mean, you know, the AI goes fast. I actually do want to make sure we get the first pull off of this before the Skyfin shows up. Ooh, 10 spices. A good pull. So, are we putting down this turn? Let's just run some math here. 4, 12, 8, 11, 6, 4. I mean, if we don't get the industry, I think we're going to regret it. And it's not that hard for us to build. Yeah. Okay, we are putting down this turn. What I am definitely going to do is, before we press that button, settling the city is going to drop our approval levels by 10% in both cities. So we're going to fire the blood crystals to overtake that. And then we're going to fire the spice because we just want the effect. But sadly, because spices are level 1 luxury, the 5 approval from them would not have been enough to overwhelm the approval loss. Do those things before the cost goes up because of our settling. Okay. And I like the shape of that settle a lot, because I feel like Graldum was already pretty much guaranteed to us, and I think this now is as well. So we don't have to necessarily be in a hurry to take them, but Graldum is the high value. Y'all should immediately build a seed storage. No, you know what? Y'all should immediately have a seed storage purchased for you. And then probably the Empire Mint. And here, the public library, I think, probably overtakes the Husbandry Center in terms of importance. We start working toward... I'm going to take a second to grab Mercenary Market here, because if there is an eclipse prior to the first winter, I think it's very likely we'll end up with the dust to buy at least 1 governor. And plus, we could just, if we settle a city adjacent to the water, we could just buy a ship or 2, right? If we have access to mercenaries. So do I want you... I kind of want you to head up here and see if we can't get ourselves a few more pacifications. Wow, look at this. That is a big cluster of industry. And the rock peel has approval on it as well. Yeah, very compelling stuff. What do y'all want? Okay, that might happen. I'm not going to do anything, but that might happen. I am living a tiny bit in fear of how powerful the other players' starting positions are, potentially. Because if we're seeing these big clusters of anomalies everywhere, it's going to be like that for everybody. Was that a settler? Stealthy. Don't like it. We're going to see if we can intercept, I think. Yeah, all right. Come rotate back. We gotta fill in the map here a little bit. Okay, like this cluster of temple ruins. That's good news for us. We know there will be no hostile minor faction units over here, so we don't have to stress about that. You know what? A turn of standing on the lava is not going to kill you, because we did pacify this region before any miners could have spawned. Okay, yeah, let's keep it up like this. So right now it's 6 turns with the 9 influence we're naturally bringing in. We actually don't have to devote any people to influence, which is good. We may want to... Well, I mean, we do have dye right here. Do we have any? We don't have any other luxuries available to us, right? It's a single dye deposit. Although there's another one there. It might be worth picking up the extractor tech. I'm actually not sure. Alright, let's focus over here first. I would love to catch that settler in the act if we can, provided that that is what that was. It was not. It was a random assassin. Okay, well, we'll deal with that in a moment then. I think our Drakkenling is probably dead. Which obviously is not ideal. Colonize this region for some dye. Interesting. Okay, and there's another dye deposit here. So we could potentially... Yeah, alright, that's interesting. We could potentially be running a dye operation with that tech. So it's got to be like... That's a little awkward. We can't settle the city in such a location that it is coastal with that the city center is coastal, and we have the ruin, and we have the mineral rich. We can put it here and get this thing, but then that makes the shape of it really awkward for reaching out to the mineral rich, which I do think is just much higher value. This city's going to be kind of bad no matter what we do, unfortunately. It's definitely just like a port, right? Yeah, alright, well, we're not going to try to settle it for a few more turns anyway. We don't have to stress about this right now. So retreat is instantly lethal? 60, yeah. Well, then I guess we fight. And by fight, I mean just try to survive enough to back up. That would be the most the most we could really do. So I guess here's the location where we take our stand. Maybe this is a better place for a stand, since it makes them have to run more. I mean, move there if they'll let you, but I suspect, yeah, okay. Now we're fighting. I think we're probably dead. Yeah, their attack is just, it's too high. Actually, they should be rolling quite poorly, but even half damage is going to be sufficient to kill us off. Yeah, that's a shame. Against factions where their initial unit is an archer or something, Drakkenlings are super annoying, but the Forgotten are pretty well positioned to actually fight us, which is a real shame. All right, well, I'm gonna spit this Drakkenling out, and we're gonna get right back to scouting down this away. Should we just burn this village? I don't really want to give them dye. We don't have the same like super high industry power in this city that we have in the other one, so rebuilding the villages is not going to be trivial. But I certainly don't want to bribe them, right? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Is this another temple? It is. Beautiful. Wonderful stuff. Okay. I'm thinking we're just going to put down right there. This is what's going to get the boats built. So we'll just go over there and wait a couple of turns. Are we just attacking? I think we might be. I think at this point it's probably a good idea to pick up Mill Foundry. We don't quite get the capital, but we do get Donadan. And, you know, it's just air assist. They're not super tough. Yeah, let's burn it. Gotta get some XP on our Drakkenlings, right? Sadly, one of the higher level ones just bled out. Gosh, you're not level 2 either. Although you're very close. It takes a lot, you know? So you have 2 speed. Yeah, I guess I can start here. That's fine. Get the extra morale from being in a friendly city tile. We are beset by many enemies with circular attacks. And the city's militia took a real beating there. But I do think it's for the best. Yep, let's just go up here and wait for turn 20. Very curious whether we're going to get an eclipse or not. Because if we are going to get an eclipse, I don't really want to move the hero too much more. We're in a really good position to pick up a line of such ruins. Wow, look at that. That's plus approval, that's plus approval. Jeez, the city right here is it even has room to grow out into more anomalies. Wild. I guess what I can do with this hero is, or with this army, is run down here. We can explore this a little bit, and we can get in range to support on an attack on that village in case they're feeling a little unfriendly. Oh, hey, speaking of feeling a little unfriendly, it is turn 17 and they're spawning hostiles already. What a bunch of jerks. Okay, you do that, just sit right there. And here, I think we don't want to burrow immediately, probably. I mean, we could, but maybe what I should do is just build enough melee units to have like a basic melee core. I do think we're gonna go to food mode, so we'll start with 1, and then we'll build a mill foundry and stuff. Okay, what are heroes at right now? 300-ish. Boats cheaper. And we're well on track for our... Oops. It's clicking outside the window. I'm not wrong about the count here, right? No, we can absolutely do that. Okay, I like it. Oh, we should probably be building something here. That village is almost certainly the right answer. Building a point of population is usually correct. So my hope here is that we can get the hero army in range of the violence that is about to occur. Oh boy. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. Oh, yep, we did a thing. Neat. So that's this region, though. We don't know anything about this region. Alright, let's do a battle. We could probably afford to have the militia come in first. As you saw last time, these things are actually capable of dealing some damage. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, that's pretty bad news. Ah, my poor Drakken. I try to heal him. Do your best. Everybody focus. Okay. Well, that's a real shame. This Drakenling is almost certainly dead. All we needed was a 0. You don't usually have a hard time keeping your infantry alive as the Drakken. Okay, that leveled this one up. Can't help but notice that this has become purple. So the Broken Lords are extending deep into our territory. If we want Artem, we probably have to solidify that pretty soon. Which is to say... you know what, let's not put it in the queue just yet, because I'm not sure how this interacts. I want to make sure that this population point gets finished, and then we will build the new thing. And we will just put down 2 cities on turn 20 if we can't. Well, it's turn 18. We're not going to build them that fast. Okay, we're making good progress on the hero cost. Where are we at in terms of moving to the next era? Still pretty far behind. Those first few researches were very slow. I guess that's not a big surprise. Still no lighting change. So it is pretty hard to know whether we're going to be getting an eclipse. It could be that we're not going to get one. It could be that one starts in 15 turns, right? Like, winter is still distant. Okay, that's pretty good. And then we'll get the mill foundry out afterward. We might even still get this settler in 2 turns if we do mill foundry first. Let's get that done. Here it is also the highest priority. Yeah, yeah. Bodies. Okay. So, we're thinking open pit mines starting to look pretty good. Well, let's get Alchemist Furnace first, because we are going to have access to both of these resources in just a moment here. Did we pick up any strategic deposits in Donadan? We did not, nor will we in Artem. Okay, Green's try. So all of the other players are trying super hard to settle us into a corner and strangle us, which I don't care for. I think the speed of our settling is probably necessary. Okay, so let's lock this in. Building costs down. I don't have enough of anything to pop a booster. Yeah. But this city is going to earn us 15 approval. Well, once I have the money for the influence for the assimilation, that is. And we are absolutely going to do an assimilation. Is it sensible to seed storage here? I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to do this. And after we get Alchemist's Furnace, I think it's boat time. Actually, maybe I'm wrong and it's boat time first. It should be boat time first. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, pushing as fast as we can. Out of additional curiosity, what can we see? I want to know what's in that tile. Okay, that's where the minor faction is. Hernas. Well, I guess we can bear a little bit of lava to go check it out. If we're thinking of taking the region, we should definitely be thinking of making sure the region has a friendly minor faction to work with. 3 minor faction units. Awkward, probably not actually a very good thing for us to do. Yep, they're getting crossed because we did settle against their border, technically, even though it was my border first. I guess... Alright, we're gonna have to just run across the lava again here, so... Alright. Do we have enough for a hero? We have enough for some of the heroes. Edra the Listener is not a good cultist governor, but it is a cultist governor. We don't have any of the, like, the really high value ones. I mean, Tlatomosi-Pakwa's not great as far as... Yeah, with a lot of these, we're basically just getting a factioned body, right? Probably Inoa can be good sometimes. Well, okay, Longfangs. Longfangs would be legitimate. As much as I hate to say this sentence, slavery is pretty powerful and useful in our current position. And the extra food would certainly be meaningful. I think we want Longfangs. Yeah. Alright, put your fangs to work for us. So... Do I want that in the capital, though? I might want to use Longfangs to help this city set up. Yeah, if this is where we're going to be producing the boats and stuff. So yeah, lots more... We can try to get that done quickly. We may still have significant time to benefit from it, actually. Right, I would love to end this episode by securing Ardim. As much as that is going to complicate our diplomatic relationships a little bit. Yep, I do think that the most direct path is the right path here. We definitely just want to fight these Hernas, right? There's no way I'm finishing this quest. So let's bring in the extra body here. Okay, we'll just wait for next turn. Sadly, the boosters are wearing off, and there's nothing we can do about that. Get me this. How many people can I pull off of industry while maintaining 2 turns on that? Is it everyone? It is not. Okay, that's fine. Down here, I think we probably... We're at 55 approval. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. We'll work on that kind of slowly. Our initial shape is going to be kind of whack here. Like, there's not really any other way to put that, but because of the position of this mountain. But we'll expand out. We'll get some good stuff. We'll figure it out. And then you are going to get this done, and you're going to be just like a good, powerful city. Yeah. Okay. Still has move. You still have move, and that's going to remain the case. So is that the rest of the boosters? It is. City approval is teetering at the edge of content, and it's going to go down from here. So what we're going to do is delay strategics one more time. So we're going to need those sewer systems very soon. Maybe take a second to food focus. Let's just get some functional population in here. Oh, right. This helps. That's the thing we want to do. I mean, it's not going to move the city population or city approval levels right now, but it will mean that when we put this city down, it doesn't immediately crash us all into unhappiness. And then, do we want to attack this turn, or do I probably want to wait one more turn. I want this unit to actually be in the army so that it's benefiting from the bonus HP. And also, we need another turn to heal. Ingulath's going to be in a weird place, approval-wise. Alright, the museum was never really on the table for us because we didn't get any early glass steel. That's not a big deal. I don't care too much about that. Okay, so next turn you could put your thing down. And I think we just go for this. The Hernas in the boat can't support them because, you know, boat. We're going to keep the high level, low health Drakken Lane back considerably. Actually, this is a bit awkward, isn't it? They have 3 range. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to bait them into standing on the lava. They're not real bright, so... yeah, just don't go anywhere. You just don't go any... Well, sorry, they go first. Should I plan on... Yeah, we should plan to move forward, right? They're gonna run up. Okay. Yep. Could not have gone more perfect. More perfectly. It's the first thing that's ever gone wrong. Please attack from this tile. I know that if I had not manually commanded that unit would have run onto the lava. I just know it. I can't tell you how I know it. I just feel it in my bones. So we probably need to hang around because we need to intercept. Actually, there's not a lot of beach around here. Yeah, it's going to take those Hernas a while to get back on land. Alright, so we can start to construct boats at this point, and we probably need to. How long does it take to build such a boat? 7 of your human turns. Okay, that makes it a just about 2 full turn endeavor. That is not ideal. Kind of want to just burrow again. Look at all the resources. How long would it take to do this? 4 turns? We can start working on it. I think I'm gonna pull people onto the sewer. Yeah, we'll pull people onto the sewer as soon as the sewers are available, but yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, sure, Donadan's looking me right in the face like, hey, what about me? What do you want me doing? Probably focusing on food for the moment. So I guess just start to build a Drakkenling. This is like a very low... Well... What if we did this, though? That gets us 11 science, and it's approval neutral. Yeah, okay, start working on that. Never mind the thing I was just saying. If we bump everybody over to industry, it gets done in 3. If we do this, a point of population gets done in 3. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to be rerouting people onto sewer construction here anyway. That is, yep, Wealth Harvester. I was not in a good position on that for sure. Alright, bonus XP for the units in this army. We'll make a level 2 out of you yet there, little Drakkenling. 2.5 per turn. Okay. Having a little bit of trouble making the distance, but we're gonna get there. I think we are just going to cross the lava, but let's not end our turn in it. And I see no reason not to put this down right now. I think this is the move. So most of our cities are not going to drop to unhappy. No, they're going to drop to 45, which is still within the contentment window. This city's going to drop. And it's going to drop, yeah, it's going to drop pretty bad, but it's going to get its sewers. It'll be fine. And this city right here is going to be in great shape. This city is actually all the way up at happy, which is bananas. Do we want to... Doesn't make a huge difference. Probably not. Probably just stay population focused then. All right, let's run one more turn here. We'll get the sewers in place and everything. Get the dragons across the lava. As they say, that old chestnut, that old common English colloquialism that all people know and use. All right, sewers for you for sure. Perhaps an item of some value. Sewers for you as well. Please do treat this as though it matters. And you just keep doing what you're gonna do. Easy quest. Okay, that's not so bad. Let's use this first boat to do a little bit of scouting here. Mostly I'm curious if this is the only fortress in this region. Impossible to tell. Okay, so I think we've got everything sort of like in the shape it needs to be in. Yeah, we can do like this. Artem is going to become powerful quickly. Ingoloth is already powerful. And will continue to get more so. We're pushing hard to produce the dust to buy more governors. We have 4 cities on turn 26 with actually a good empire plan in place and like reasonable incomes, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. All right. That's gonna, nope, never mind. Why did that not work? There we go. I will enable the credits manually. That's gonna do it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, it's good to be back. When you come back next time, for next episode, we're probably going to have to start actually dealing with our neighbors, and I have some concerned type feelings about that prospect, especially given how aggressively some of them have settled toward us. So, you know, sometimes the easiest way to get peace is to show them that you have a lot of knives. Come back next time to see if that works out at all. And we'll see you then.